Hi, I'm Eliza. 3 years ago, I started a YouTube channel about sustainable living and DIY projects from my tiny apartment. It wasn't much, just me, my phone, and a dream. Fast forward to last summer, and I had 300,000 subscribers. Not viral famous, but enough to make a modest living doing what I loved. Babe, are you sure about the guest list? Marcus asked, looking over my shoulder at the wedding planning spreadsheet. My fiancé of 2 years had the patience of a saint. 50 people, Max, I said firmly. Just family and close friends. Intimate and meaningful. Your cousin Vanessa texted me, he said carefully. She wants to know if she can bring a +3. I laughed. A +3? Who does she think this is? The Met Gala? She also asked about the venue. I told her it's at Riverside Park, and she sent back. He showed me his phone. 5 question marks. Classic Vanessa, I muttered. My cousin had always been about appearances. Her own wedding 2 years ago cost more than most people's houses, with ice sculptures and a live orchestra. Tell her it's a +1, like everyone else. The wedding was exactly what Marcus and I wanted. 60 guests instead of 50 because my mom insisted on inviting a few more relatives, string lights in the trees, food trucks instead of a formal dinner, and our friend Jamie officiating. It cost us $8,000 total, and every penny felt right. Vanessa arrived in a designer dress that probably cost more than our entire wedding budget. Eliza, sweetie, she air-kissed my cheeks. This is so quaint. Very you. Thanks, I said, choosing to take it as a compliment. No ice sculpture? She laughed, looking around. I'm kidding. It's nice. Simple. My best friend Maya appeared at my elbow. Vanessa, love the dress. Must be nice having Daddy's credit card. Vanessa's smile tightened. Some of us work for our money, Maya. Right, that influencer gig must be exhausting, Maya shot back. Posting selfies all day. Ladies, I intervened. It's my wedding day. Can we play nice? They both smiled and separated. I should have paid more attention to that exchange. The wedding was perfect. Marcus cried during his vows. I forgot half of mine and improvised, and everyone danced under the stars. I posted a few photos on Instagram that night with the caption, "Married my best friend today. Small wedding, huge love." 2 days later, Maya called me. Eliza, have you seen the group chat? Which one? I was in 5 different family group chats. The extended family one, the one Vanessa's in. My stomach dropped. What did she say? I'm screenshotting it now. But Eliza, it's bad. My phone buzzed. I opened the image and read Vanessa's messages from the night of my wedding. Just left Eliza's wedding, LOL. Food trucks, you guys. Actual food trucks. I spent more on my rehearsal dinner than she did on her whole wedding. She's always been cheap, but this was embarrassing. Marcus looked miserable. Give it a year. At least there weren't many people there to witness it. There were 15 messages total, each one worse than the last. Other cousins had responded with laughing emojis. Aunt Linda, Vanessa's mother, had written, "Now Vanessa, be nice," followed by a crying, laughing emoji. Eliza? Maya's voice came through the phone. You still there? I'm here, I said quietly. My hands were shaking. When did she post this? During your reception. She was literally texting this while eating your wedding cake. Who else saw it? Everyone in that chat. That's like 40 people, Eliza. All your aunts, uncles, cousins. I felt sick. And no one defended me? Your cousin Josh told her to knock it off. And your Uncle Pete said it was a beautiful wedding, but most people just ignored it or laughed along. Marcus walked in from the kitchen. Who's on the phone? Maya, I said. Vanessa mocked our wedding in the family group chat during the reception. His face darkened. Show me. I handed him my phone. I watched his expression shift from confusion to anger. She called our wedding embarrassing, he said flatly. She made fun of the food trucks we specifically chose because we loved them. And she said you looked miserable, I added. I was the happiest I've ever been, he said, his voice rising. We had the wedding we wanted, not some overpriced circus to impress people we barely know. What do? I asked Maya, putting her on speaker. Honestly, nothing right now, Maya said. You're on your honeymoon. Deal with this when you get back. But Eliza, don't let this go. What she did was cruel. I won't, I promised, staring at those messages. I definitely won't let this go. So the whole family saw it? Marcus asked 2 weeks later. We were finally addressing the Vanessa situation. 43 people, to be exact, I said, scrolling through the chat members. And only 2 defended us. My phone rang. Aunt Linda. Put it on speaker, Marcus said. Eliza, honey. Aunt Linda's voice was syrupy sweet. I heard you saw Vanessa's little messages. Little messages? I repeated. She trashed our wedding to the entire family, Linda. Oh, sweetie, she was just joking around. You know how Vanessa is? Cruel, judgmental, mean-spirited. Now that's not fair, Linda said, her tone sharpening. Vanessa has always been so generous to you. Remember when she gave you her old laptop? When I was 16, and it was broken, I said. What's your point? My point is that family forgives. Vanessa feels terrible. Does she? I asked. Because she hasn't called me, hasn't texted, hasn't apologized. She's embarrassed. She knows she went too far. Just call her and clear the air. No, I said simply. She humiliated me publicly. She can apologize publicly. Eliza, don't be dramatic. I'm not being dramatic, Linda. I'm being clear. What Vanessa did was unacceptable. Linda's voice went cold. Fine, but don't expect Vanessa to come crawling back. She has her pride. So do I said and hung up. Maya came over that evening with wine and screenshots. I did some digging, she said, spreading her phone screens across my coffee table like evidence at a crime scene. Vanessa's been talking about your wedding on her Instagram stories, too. What? Marcus leaned in. Nothing direct, just passive-aggressive posts. Look at this one from the day after your wedding. Some people celebrate love, others celebrate budgets with a shrugging emoji. That's so clearly about us, I muttered. And this one? Remember, your wedding day is supposed to impress your guests, not just yourself. She's unbelievable, Marcus said. There's more, Maya continued. I talked to your cousin Rachel. She said Vanessa was complaining about your wedding for weeks before it even happened. Weeks? I asked. Rachel said Vanessa told people you were slumming it with food trucks and that she was embarrassed to be associated with such a low-budget affair. My phone buzzed. A text from Vanessa's sister, Heather. Can we talk? About V? I called her immediately. Heather, what's going on? Eliza, I need to tell you something, Heather said. She sounded nervous. Vanessa's been saying some really nasty stuff about you for months, not just about the wedding. Like what? She told people your YouTube channel was a joke, that you'd never make real money from it. She said Marcus married you because he couldn't do better. She said, what? Marcus grabs the phone. I'm so sorry, Heather said. I should have told you sooner. I didn't want to cause drama. It's not your fault, I said, taking the phone back. Thank you for telling me. After we hung up, I sat in silence. Your channel's at 350,000 subscribers now, right? Maya asked. 353,000 as of this morning, I confirmed. And you're making good money from it? Better than good. Enough that I quit my day job last month. Maya grinned. So here's a thought. What if your channel keeps growing? What if you hit 1 million subscribers? That's a big if, I said. But what if? She pressed. What would you do to celebrate? I thought about it. Probably throw a party, a big one. Invite everyone who supported me. Everyone except Vanessa, Marcus finished. Everyone except Vanessa, I agreed, feeling a smile spread across my face. Now we're talking, Maya said. But first, you need to focus on growing that channel. Over the next 8 months, I worked harder than I ever had. I posted 3 times a week, collaborated with other creators, and engaged with every comment. My sustainable living content struck a chord. People wanted to learn how to do more with less. 400,000 subscribers, 500,000 subscribers, 750,000 subscribers. Eliza, you're going viral, Maya said, showing me the analytics. Your thrifting haul video has 2 million views. This is insane, I whispered. Marcus hugged me from behind. You've earned every single subscriber. All those people who said you'd never make it. You mean Vanessa? Especially Vanessa, he grinned. This is going to drive her crazy. 1 million subscribers, I screamed, watching the number tick over on my laptop. Marcus and Maya were already popping champagne. Speech? Maya demanded. I'm throwing the biggest party the city has ever seen, I announced. Rooftop venue, catered dinner, open bar, live music. Everyone who believed in me is invited. Everyone? Marcus asked with a knowing smile. Well, I said slowly. Not everyone. My phone rang 2 days later. Vanessa. Eliza! Congratulations on the 1 million! Her voice was artificially bright. Thanks, I said flatly. So I heard you're throwing a party? That's so exciting. How did you hear about that? Oh, you know, family gossip. Anyway, I wanted to offer my help with planning. I have a planner. Right, but I have connections. I could get you an amazing venue deal. I have a venue. There was a pause. Eliza, are you still mad about those texts? Because I feel like we should talk about that. Now you want to talk about it? 10 months later? I've been giving you space to cool off, she said condescendingly. Look, I'm sorry if you took my jokes the wrong way. If I took them the wrong way? I laughed harshly. Vanessa, you called my wedding embarrassing. You mocked my husband. You trashed us to 43 family members. I was just venting. Everyone complains about weddings. During the actual wedding? While eating our food? Okay, the timing was bad, but there's no but, Vanessa. You were cruel. Deliberately cruel. Fine, I'm sorry. Is that what you want to hear? I'm sorry. Too late, I said. Way too late. So that's it? You're just going to hold a grudge forever? I'm not holding a grudge. I'm making a choice. I choose not to have people in my life who treat me like garbage. So I'm not invited to your party, she said, her voice dripping with venom. You're very perceptive. You know what? This is ridiculous. I'm your cousin. We're family. Family doesn't humiliate each other publicly for entertainment. Everyone's going to talk about this, Vanessa threatened. Everyone's going to know you excluded me out of pettiness. Let them talk, I said calmly. I'll tell them exactly why you're not invited. I have screenshots of everything you said, Vanessa. Every cruel word. You wouldn't try me. Come to my party uninvited, and I'll project those messages on the venue wall for all 200 guests to see. You're being psychotic. I'm being clear. You made fun of my low-budget wedding. This party is costing me $50,000. You don't get to enjoy something you'd normally mock just because it's successful now. Vanessa's voice turned venomous. Your channel's going to fail. This is just your 15 minutes. It's been 3 years and I'm still growing. I'll make sure everyone knows what a petty, vindictive person you are. Go ahead. I have 43 witnesses to what you are. I could ruin this for you, she hissed. I could show up anyway. I could make a scene. I could tell everyone there what a cheap, tacky person you really are. And I could call security and have you removed. Try me, Vanessa. You think you're so special now because you have internet followers? They're not real friends, Eliza. They don't actually care about you. But they don't actively mock me either, so they're already better than you. I'm warning you, Vanessa said, her voice shaking with rage. If you go through with this, if you publicly exclude me, there will be consequences. I will make your life miserable. Is that a threat? It's a promise. I have followers too. I can turn people against you. Record that, I told Marcus, who was already screen recording on his phone. What? Vanessa said. Nothing. Anything else you want to threaten me with? She hung up. Got it all, Marcus said, saving the recording. Clear verbal threats to ruin your reputation and make your life miserable. Maya, who'd been listening on speaker, whistled. She really went there. She really did, I agreed. And now we have proof. Miss Rodriguez, can you explain what happened after your cousin made these threats? The lawyer I'd consulted looked professional and sympathetic. She started a harassment campaign, I said. She posted my phone number on her Instagram stories, telling people to call and congratulate Eliza on her 1,000,000 subscribers. I got 300 calls in 6 hours. And you have proof of this post? Screenshots before she deleted it, plus testimony from 12 people who saw it. Marcus added. She also created fake accounts to leave hateful comments on Eliza's videos. We traced 3 of them back to her IP address. The lawyer nodded. This constitutes cyberbullying and harassment. We can send a cease and desist letter immediately. 2 weeks later, Vanessa received the letter. Aunt Linda called within the hour. How could you do this to Vanessa? Linda screeched. A lawyer? Really? She threatened me, harassed me, and tried to sabotage my business. I said calmly. What did you expect? She's family. She stopped acting like family when she mocked my wedding and threatened to ruin my life. This is over a party invitation? This is about years of disrespect culminating in harassment and threats, I corrected. The party was just the final straw. Vanessa wants to apologize properly, Linda said desperately. Face to face. Can you please just meet with her? No. Eliza, please. Linda, I need you to hear me. Vanessa had 10 months to apologize. Instead, she waited until she wanted something from me. When I said no, she threatened me. Then she harassed me. There's no coming back from that. The party was everything I'd dreamed. A rooftop overlooking the city, 200 of my closest supporters, including dozens of fans who'd won tickets through a contest. To Eliza! Maya raised her glass. Who proved that staying true to yourself is the best revenge? Everyone cheered. Marcus kissed me. How do you feel? Free? I said honestly. Lighter than I have in years. My phone buzzed. A text from Heather. The party looks amazing. Vanessa's watching your Instagram stories and crying. Just thought you'd want to know. I don't feel bad, I told Marcus, showing him the text. You shouldn't, he said. She had every chance to be a decent person. Eliza! One of my subscribers approached. Thank you so much for inviting us. This is incredible. Thank you for being part of my journey, I said sincerely. You guys are the reason I'm here. As the night wound down, Maya and Marcus joined me by the railing. So, Maya said, how does it feel to have the last laugh? Satisfying, I admitted, but also sad. I never wanted it to come to this. She made her choices, Marcus reminded me. You made yours. What if she tries to apologize again? Maya asked. Then I'll say the same thing I've been saying. Too little, too late. She showed me who she is, and I believe her. My phone buzzed again. Vanessa. I'm sorry, I mean it this time. Can we please talk? I showed it to Marcus and Maya. What are you going to say? Marcus asked. I typed back. No, please don't contact me again. Then I blocked her number. That's it? Maya asked. That's it, I confirmed. She doesn't get to mock my cheap wedding and then expect to celebrate my expensive success. She doesn't get to threaten me and then apologize when there are consequences. Some bridges you burn yourself and you don't get to rebuild them just because you regret the fire. Marcus squeezed my hand. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of me too, I said, looking out at the glittering city. 3 years ago, I started a channel from my tiny apartment. People doubted me. Vanessa mocked me. But I kept going. And now I have 1,000,000 people who chose to support me. That's worth more than any family member who never believed in me. To moving forward? Maya raised her glass. To leaving toxic people behind, Marcus added. To knowing your worth, I finished. We clinked glasses as the city sparkled below us, and I felt nothing but peace. Have you ever had to cut off a family member who disrespected you? What would you have done in my situation? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content about standing up for yourself and knowing your worth.